Hello, world of the internet. It's Friday afternoon. I hope you're doing very well. Let's be as transparent as possible. Just needed some kind of concept to test out what it's like doing a stream at 5 p.m. on a Friday to see if we should start streaming at every 5 p.m. on a Friday. And I thought the best way to do that is to do an AMA, because AMA always works, or a Q&A, whatever you want to call it. You can ask questions. We can have a chat. We can have some fun. All the usual housekeeping stuff is here. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that and you've just stumbled across it. Like the video, share the video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SimonMiller316. All of this is possible thanks to Patreon, patreon.com/SimonMiller316. So you can get, there's loads of tiers over there, rewards. You can get t-shirt, postcards, come on some of my podcasts, all that kind of stuff. And as we are live on YouTube, should you desperately want to get your question answered or guaranteed to get your question answered or just say anything or just yell at me, you can do that using the super chat. You'll see there's a little $sign beneath the chat box. If you use that, I will read out and ask and answer whatever goes into that thing, because that's just how the world works. This will also go up as a podcast thread for Why with Simon Miller. I know it's kind of bad. We've done 2 Q&As in the last few weeks, but, you know, just a little bit behind in life at the moment and trying to catch up, but that's okay. It's been a crazy week. It's been a tiring week. It has been an exhausting week, but that just means I had a lot to do, and I enjoy having a lot to do. Shout out to Jared Coleman in the super chat. When you do go in the super chat, you get a double hand on the heart, because I appreciate what you're doing. He said, sent a super chat yesterday, but the stream failed. Well, I'm very sorry, Jared. It did happen on Wednesday. I'll say it again. We appreciate your positive attitude and content. Thank you very much, man. Keep at it. What a lovely way to kick things. What a lovely thing just to throw in there to kick things off. Thank you very much, Jared. That's very kind of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Yeah, just, you know, I really do appreciate it. I find all this very humbling that I can do this and have somewhat of an audience. It makes me very pleased. Who is the best Metallica bassist? I mean, you'd have to be crazy to argue against Cliff Burton, right? Cliff Burton, I mean, because not only was Cliff Burton an incredible bassist, but, you know, all those songs that are synonymous with Metallica kind of came from his brain. I love Jason Newsted. I think he's an incredible musician. But in terms of someone that was a bit like a trailblazer, it'd be Cliff Burton. Oh. Hang on. Chris in the super chat just says, no question, too tired, but I enjoy your stuff. I'm tired as well, man, so I get it, but thank you very much. Jay Real in the super chat. Jay Real, you're my favorite person so far, because you have asked exactly what I wanted somebody to ask. Where will you be wrestling now? Now, if you saw in the last 24 hours, overnight, Defiant Wrestling did very sadly announce that they are closing its doors. I'm going to do a video about it soon. I wanted it to be today. Maybe it will. We'll have to see how the afternoon, evening goes. But for some reason, everybody seemed to think that because Defiant Wrestling was over, I'm no longer wrestling, and nothing could be further from the truth. I love Defiant. Defiant would have always been my main promotion. I would have always put them at number one. I would have always prioritized them, and I'm genuinely upset that it's gone. I really, really am. It sucks. I understand the situation. I'm not mad about it, but I'm just sad because I loved working there. But I have been working multiple other companies since about May, and nor did Defiant expect me to be exclusive to them. So just keep an eye on my Twitter at SimonMiller316. Again, if you're in London this Sunday, Balham. The Bedford in Balham, 6 o'clock, 6:30, I think doors are. There's a few tickets left. I'm wrestling there for the EWE. They're having a World Heavyweight Championship tournament. I am in that tournament. So again, Sunday, 4th of August, 6 p.m. The Bedford, Balham, London. Head on down. You can go get tickets now. Just search for EWE UK or EWE Balham or EW Bedford on Google. You get all the information, and I will see you there. Stephen D says, will we see you in Chicago for All Out? I don't think so, but you never know. Just because that's a crazy weekend, and over here in the UK, we've got New Japan's Royal Quest, and it sounds like I may have to smash that up instead. But we don't know yet. Things always change at a whim. If I was given the opportunity to go, of course I would be there. All In is one of the best wrestling experiences I've had, and I always like meeting you guys. It's absolutely excellent. But yeah, it all depends on what's needed of me at that weekend. I have kept it clear, just in case. No wrestling bookings, no nothing. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But unfortunately, at the moment, no, I won't be heading to All Out. But that could change. That could change really, really quickly. Shout out to Family County JWS, who says, thoughts, please. AEW being owned by WWE. Firefighter over in the States. We love watching your shows on our downtime. Ladder. Oh, wow, you're a firefighter. That's amazing. So I've just, my brain has finally caught up to the message. Well, that's awesome. Wow, that's great. You watch my shows on our downtime. Ladder 5C shift. Well, shout out to the Ladder 5C. Don't know if that's right or not. That's brilliant. That's made my day. Don't know why I enjoy that so much. I do. Thoughts on AEW being owned by WWE? I think it's a similar kind of conspiracy theory you get in the more mainstream world about the moon landings or the JFK assassination or Saddam Hussein owning a Stargate. We've talked about that on the show before. I don't think there's any truth. There is no truth in it. There's just not. AEW is backed by Tony Khan and the Khan family. The Khan family have even more money than Vince McMahon. It's just we're living in that time where finally we have some competition, if you dare call it that. And also, there would be too many people involved for WWE to own that company without it coming out. You can't keep anything hidden in 2019. So no, I don't think that's a real thing, but it's fun to talk about, and I enjoy it when people do. Lamel KH2 in the super chat says, gotta bring up the Oscar Up awareness to the Y audience. That's true. The Oscar Up will come back. If you don't know, the Oscar Up is a little up that we have on Ups and Downs when we feel a wrestler is being underappreciated and we want to try and give them some appreciation. But it kind of went away because Oscar went away. But apparently she may be in a 4-way at SummerSlam. So let's keep everything crossed. Chicken Salad. Did you check out Siplot's new stuff? It's good. I did. What was it called? Soulway Firth I like Unsainted. We Are Not Your Kind is probably, I like it, but I'd put that at number 3 in that list. No, I'm excited to see what they're going to do. This new album sounds like a bit of an amalgamation between everything they were and everything they now are. Maybe a more mature version of Slipknot. They'll never get that rawness back they had in that debut album, but that debut album is one of the best debut albums ever. But no, I like it. I'm excited to see where they're going to go. Big fan of Slipknot. I'm all right with them. Gerard Coleman. What supplements do you take? What type of protein? Well, I am a beef protein convert, only because whey kind of screws my stomach up a little bit, although I do have whey post-workout. So I have beef protein from a place over here called Bulk Powders, because they're the only people that does 100% beef protein. Everyone else is like sticking crap in it. So I get that, and my post-workout is the Dymatize ISO 100, the hydrolyzed stuff, because that doesn't affect my stomach as much. In terms of supplements, what do I take? I take creatine. Obviously, I take amino acids. I take EAAs. That's essential amino acids. I take a multivitamin. I take a vitamin C. What else do I take? I take an intra-workout carb. So I have carbs when I'm working out. I take omega-3s. I need to look in my cupboard. That's the main ones. I don't think I take anything else. I take grapeseed extract because someone told me it was good once. I don't know if I take zinc. I think that's all of them. Mostly, the only supplement I'd ever recommend to people is whey protein, creatine, and omega-3s. I don't really think you need anything else outside of that, but I've got a little cabinet of stuff that I take. But I would say supplements are probably overrated. Pill supplements, I should say. Whey protein or any kind of protein you want. And creatine, I would say, it is essential. Stephen... You vanished, Stephen. Stephen Elmagard Anderson. Hope I got that right. How would you book WrestleMania 36? I like your positivity. Thank you, Stephen. I like that you like it. I mean, if I'm in a dream world, I'm booking I want to put Roman Reigns versus The Rock, and I want The Rock to lose, and I wanted to put Roman Reigns over. I'd book Brock Lesnar versus... Who would I put Brock Lesnar against? I don't even know. That's a great question now I've said it out loud. I mean, I'd say someone like Bobby Lashley, but WWE would have to do a great program to make me believe that Bobby Lashley even had a chance. What would I do? I would do Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, because I think if she came back, that would be awesome. I'd do The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I'd do Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, but Finn Balor's got his own group. So AJ Styles has got the OC, and then you create a rival club for Finn Balor. I'd do Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan for a title. Don't know why. I just think I'd enjoy that match. I do Rusev versus Hulk Hogan, and then Rusev can get the biggest win of his life. I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really think about this. That's actually quite difficult off the top of my head. They're my dream matches that I would have, and I would do Triple H versus dream matches, right? Do Triple H versus... Who could Triple H versus? He's going to be at WrestleMania anyway. What would be a cool comeback? I'd like to see Triple H versus X-Pac. I mean, no one else would care about that, but I really like Sean Waltman, and I'd get a kick out of it. There's the weirdest WrestleMania 36 card anybody will predict this year. Richie says, if I can get it back in Super Chat, would you like to see Trish Stratus return for a full run? No. There's so many good women on the roster already. We know what Trish can do. She's already established her legacy. Coming back for a one-off is more than fine. So yeah, I think that's okay. I love nostalgia, but she doesn't need to come back, because if she comes back, it's... You know, we've got Ember Moon, and we've got Bayley, and we've got Charlotte, and we've got Becky Lynch, and we've got the Iconics, and we've got Dana Brooke, and we've got Natty, and we've got Sasha Banks maybe if she comes back. And there's more women. There's got Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, Asuka, loads of people down in NXT as well. I think we want to make sure we create the door open for all of these people to get their opportunity. Now, would I like some of the people I've just mentioned to be pushed like Trish was? Yes. Clayton Williams in the super chat. What made you start Ups and Downs? Well, Clayton, I didn't, is the truth. Ups and Downs was a What Culture creation. Originally, it was being done by Jack the Jobber, who obviously left What Culture. And I don't know I can't really explain the reasons why, but when I joined, they wanted to kind of split up Raw and SmackDown to have different hosts doing it. And Jack would be away every now and then, so I stood in. I was more than happy to try and help out. And eventually, when Jack went off to do his own thing, the door was open. So, I took the opportunity. So, it's all What Culture's idea. I've tried to make it my own as much as I can. Hopefully I have, and hopefully people enjoy it. But, yes, that's the truth. That is the truth. Vengeful One in the super chat. If WWE and AEW offered you a contract, who would you sign with and why? I always answer this the same one. If I get offered a contract by WWE and AEW, I am doing very well, and I'm going to be really proud of myself. And really, it would come down to the situation I found myself in. If it was a WWE NXT UK offer, for example, or an AEW main roster offer, you'd probably go with AEW because it's bigger exposure and a bigger platform, I would argue, depending what happens in the next 6 months. But either way, I always say it would be hard to turn down WWE from a kid point of view because that's the promotion you grew up loving. But at the same time, AEW excites me so much, I would just be over the moon. So it all depends on the context. If WWE said we're going to push you on the main roster, you'd probably do that too. But you just don't know. You just don't know how you would feel. But again, the real answer is I would take both. Take both in a heartbeat. My man Derek Eiler in the super chat, always supporting, says, from the wife and my friend, my friend, we would give you much more if we could. And that's because you're lovely. Derek, you do enough. I promise you do enough. My question, which UK wrestling promotions do you recommend to check out? As you know, I love wrestling, and I want to know which ones you prefer. Take care, man. Well, Defiant would have always been top of my list. I'm biased. Obviously, that's now passed away. Progress is still putting on amazing matches. In fact, Jim Smallman announced today that he's no longer going to be in charge after Progress 100. So I have no idea what's going on there. But all the best to him. He's done a really great job with it. But Progress is amazing. Rev Pro is amazing. If you can get Riptide, that's really good. Attack Wrestling is good. Oh, what else? IPW is always smashing it. They've always got decent matches on. I mean, they're the big ones. There are a load of sort of under-the-radar ones that we could go on for days, but I imagine those are the ones that you could watch and really enjoy. Rev Pro and Progress, I say, are number 1 and 2. So if you want to sort of get a more idea of UK wrestling, I would certainly point you in the direction of them. I'm trying to think if there's any I've forgotten. I don't think so. I think they're the major ones. I will say they're the major ones and probably regret it. Pothead Joe in the super chat. Goldberg versus Dolph seems to be happening at SummerSlam. Who wins? Well, nobody agrees with me on this, and I know it winds everybody up. But look, I'm just going to be honest. To me, when I look at them from a fan point of view, not talking about future booking or fantasy planning, I love Bill Goldberg. Shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Obviously, he's also my dad. I want him to avenge everything that happened at Saudi Arabia. So I know this is bad. I know you can get mad, call me an idiot, call me an asshole, call me a bald fool. You'll be 100% correct. I want Goldberg to come in and I want him to wreck Dolph Ziggler in the best stereotypical Goldberg match that I've seen in the last 15 years. And I want it to be awesome. And I want Dolph Ziggler to sell his ass off. And I want Goldberg to look like a crazy person. That's what I want. And then we can forget about everything at Super Showdown and we can just remember why Goldberg became Goldberg. And the reason he became Goldberg is because he was like a darn fool. So that's what I would want, but I get it. I do understand. Jared Coleman in the Super Chat says, here is more dollars. You deserve it. Back to work for me. You're all very nice people. That's very humbling when people write stuff like that. It embarrasses me a little bit because like I say, you make me feel good inside. So I appreciate it. Someone in the chat says, I hope Smallman goes to help out with WWE. Well, I think that, WWE and Progress already have a relationship. Maybe he is. Maybe he's going to help out in NXT. I don't know. Maybe he's going to help out in NXT UK. So, we'll have to wait and see. So many people are also saying, oh yeah, now that Defiant is gone, what's with your wrestling future? I'm only going to address this one more time. Probably won't. I've been wrestling in other organizations since May. I'm working my way around the UK. Amazingly, in a few weeks, I'm going to South Korea to wrestle. If there's any ever opportunity to go to America and wrestle, I'm going to take it. I wasn't exclusive to Defiant, and I love them. They always would have been my first choice, but alas, they've passed away. So I'm still wrestling, and I'm still going to continue to work on my craft. Undead FB Jew in the super chat. Have you heard of a band called Landmarks, but with a V for an A? Check them. No, but you do recommend me very good bands. So they will go in my phone as soon as this is over. and I'll continue to listen to them along with your other suggestions. Because yeah, so far so good is all I'll say. I'll let you know. I will respond. Lou Miller in the super chat, agree with your fantasy booking for Bray Wyatt. He should destroy some people before taking Seth's contender spot, then Brock at Mania via Muscle Man face turn. Hey, I am all right with Brock Lesnar being the champion and Bray Wyatt beating him. I think we should get on the Bray Wyatt bandwagon. I think we should push Bray Wyatt to the moon. I think if we have to sacrifice other people to get Bray Wyatt over, we should, because he feels different, he feels exciting, and he has got me interesting. So I hope it happens. Whether or not, I'm sure he'll beat Finn Balor, because Finn Balor's going away for a couple of months after SummerSlam. From there, though, that's when the hard work begins, and we've got to make sure we treat him right. Someone says, hey, man, what were you doing at the Emirates on Sunday? Well, I work for Arsenal Live Nation, which is their social media channel. I do the odd game here and there. So they were playing Lyon in the Emirates Cup, and I was on the pre-show, the mid-show, and the post-show. It's called Arsenal Nation. You can check it out right now if you go to Arsenal's YouTube channel, or just search in Arsenal Live Nation. And yeah, you can find my face talking about football. I like it. Do you think Alicia Fox has retired, and do you think she's a future Hall of Famer? I don't think she's retired, but I think she's kind of been ousted out by WWE. If I had a Hall of Fame, I wouldn't put her in it. No disrespect to her, but just in my parameters of what makes a Hall of Famer, I just don't think she'd tick the box. With that said, her longevity and the fact she has been there for such a lengthy period is more credit to her. She must have something, and I quite like her quirky hats. They make me laugh. How does it feel to contact with such great people in the wrestling industry? I find it very humbling. Yeah, anytime we get the opportunity to interview someone, or I meet somebody I watched growing up, it's always really cool. It's always like, how did I get here? And I've had many experiences like that. I respect and I appreciate every single one. I understand what I do could go away tomorrow. I hope that it doesn't. So, yeah, humbled. Always, like the Rock. Food Matrix in the super chat says, how do you feel about Defiant closing down? Yeah, look, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I imagine this is going to be a question we keep getting, but that's fine. It does suck. It's like I say, if it wasn't for Defiant ringing me up one day or sending me an email, a message, saying, do you want to be in our No Regrets Rumble? I don't know what I'd be doing right now. I don't think I ever would have made that jump to put myself on a show, because I was very apprehensive about debuting. But they took a chance on me. They believed in me. They were nothing but helpful, and that goes for the entire roster too. Peter Willis, the guy that runs it, went out of his way to do everything he could. Same with Dan, the booker. So, in terms of my wrestling life, it was like a part of me floating away into the sunset. And ultimately, what I hoped to do in terms of my wrestling career was get good. I'm trying the right way to put it. Like, get as good as I could do doing other shows. And every time I came back to Defiant, people were like, oh, Miller's got a little bit better. Miller's got a little bit better. And the fact I can't do that now sucks, because I was really excited about having that progression. But at the same time, I completely understand it. I know that it's been done with the right reasons in mind. I know it's been done. I know how the way it's been done. And I just think now we have to look back on it as a really cool promotion. So a lot of people crapping all over it today as well, as always the way. Especially the comments like, well, that's what you get when you're associated with what culture, which is the dumbest thing in the world. But screw those people. They're negative. They're naysayers. They want everything to burn and fail. And people like that don't deserve any time. But it does suck. I miss them. I will miss them. But I've also got incredible memories. Me debuting at No Regrets 2018 will always be top 5 thing I've ever done in my life. Rank Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. That order. You've done it. That's what I do. Yeah, I would. Metallica, Megadeth. Yeah, that's the order. You did it by accident. Sigma Chicken 09. Can you please eat a McChicken? Well, like a McDonald's sandwich. It's funny you mentioned that. I was watching a food eating channel earlier, Sigma Chicken 09, and I couldn't believe it. And I thought to myself, if I got a McDonald's and ate it, would anybody watch that? I mean, I'd be amazed I was eating McDonald's. I don't really eat it. But, I mean, probably not. But if there was a demand for it, and I felt like it would do well content-wise, then yes, I would record myself eating a McChicken. Unlikely going to happen. A McChicken sandwich, I should say. Simon, there's a new wrestling company opening in Northamptonshire in the winter. Hope to see you there in Corby. Let me know the name of it and I'll drop them a line. Stephen D in the super chat says, my theory is that Bray Wyatt is going to corrupt Finn Balor into becoming the demon to win, hence the constant chorus of let me in. Thoughts? I don't think they're going in that direction. I could be wrong. I don't think we're going to see the demon. I think hopefully what will happen is we'll have a big discussion when Finn Balor goes away. This is WWE management. And we actually figure out how to make the Demon a real character, as aside from someone that comes and goes and doesn't really have much of a storyline or consistency. I think you can beat Finn Balor really quickly with Bray Wyatt as the Fiend and protect the Demon at the same time. So I don't think we need to do that. And also, to tell that storyline, you need longer than a week. And don't forget, SummerSlam is a week Sunday, so we've probably run out of time to do that well. I hope that, I'm not against Finn Balor coming back as the Demon all the time if it's done right, and then you can have, Bray Wyatt on SmackDown and Finn Balor on Raw, whichever way you want to do it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Honestly, what motivates you to move forward every day? The fact that... What does motivate me to move forward every day? Hang on. Where's it gone? There we go. What motivates me to move forward every day? I just feel really honoured and, like I say, proud to do what I do. And I want to respect that as much as I can by giving it the time I feel like it deserves, to be completely honest. So that's what I do. And I love this. And I love this, and I want to enjoy it for as long as I can. And the best way to enjoy it is to throw myself into it. And even like this week, I've been tired. I wouldn't say I was as motivated as I usually am, but I always make sure I dust myself off and carry on, and eventually you find your groove again. Spaz Phoenix in the Super Chat. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. I'm catching you on my lunch break with a handful of Burger King nuggets. Love you, bro. Keep it up. Wish I had the money to be a Patreon. I'd come on and tell you how SummerSlam weekend is live. It's all good, man. You supported me more than enough. Spaz thinks he's a good guy. Eating Burger King nuggets right now. So we've talked about McDonald's and Burger King. We've switched it all up. And yeah, he is. He's going to every single show over SummerSlam weekend, which is crazy. Undead FBG in the Super Chat says, did Invisions grab you? I know you checked them out. They're slowly getting to me, yeah. They are. They're on my playlist. Every time I'm in the gym, I always make sure I check out a new song, and I'm getting more and more intrigued. This is why you're good at suggesting music. And yeah, just keep sending it to me. I'll keep listening to them, and then we can go from there. But yeah, I'm intrigued by them. I'm intrigued. And intrigued is all I need to start enjoying music. Keep up the good work, dude. Your Miller's Musings got me through some crappy times recently. I always love it when people say that, because when I started Miller's Musings, oh my gosh, was I worried about how that was going to go down. I thought people were going to be like, accusing me of being, not genuine or just being a dick. I don't know, because sometimes you can come across like that. But I've had nothing but love. So thank you. If I could help you at all, then I'm a lucky person. And it's all you. Don't forget, it's all you. Will we have AEW Tag Champs now, Simon, after I rehab from my knee injury? We will have to be AEW Tag Champs now, Simon. Okay, well, we can be. If we get the offer, we'll go over there and we'll absolutely smash it. If you sign for WWE, will you stop YouTube? I mean, I wouldn't want to stop it, but I would guess if you sign for WWE, they wouldn't let you do YouTube unless it's their YouTube, given that they are quite protective of their wrestlers and their content. So I don't think it would be my choice, but it would certainly be something to think about, because I love my YouTube stuff. Do you think Ember Moon can win? Do I think Ember Moon can win? Great question. I don't know. Does she have enough momentum now for it to be a worthwhile title change? Probably. And if they have a great match, I think people would enjoy it. I would say yes. Let's have Ember Moon win and see what we can do with her. We've kind of entered new territory over the last few weeks. I wouldn't say Bayley's smashing it as the champ. So yeah, why the hell not? Why the hell not? Where else am I looking? Apparently Super Chat is not working in my region. This sucks a lot. But just know you're awesome. Well, look, I caught your comment anyway. So it's a win-win. I didn't know that about Super Chat. I assume, of course, Super Chat isn't 100%. Why would YouTube roll it out 100%? Someone says they let Mandy Rose do her YouTube channel. Yes, but I don't think that's about wrestling, is it? I'm sure I could keep up a vlog channel like this. So yes, I'd keep this up, but I don't think they'd let me up those downs for Raw. I think WWE, well, no, between you and me, I already know WWE don't like that. So they're certainly not going to like it if they signed... if they sign me up. But you never know. You don't know what the future holds, and that's why I get excited about all of this stuff. I hope that some amazing opportunities are around the corner, no matter what guys they may be in. But you never know. You've got to take things day by day. Undead FB in the Super Chat says, who do you think Jericho's tag partners are? That's right. On the first AEW show that goes live Wednesday, 2nd of October at Washington, it's going to be, Kenny Omega? It's the Golden Elite, basically. It's the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega against Jericho and two mystery partners. I would put money on it being LAX. LAX are free agents ever since they left Impact. LAX are brilliant. LAX would fit into that company effortlessly. So I would say that it will be them. Maybe not the biggest reveal that some people were expecting, but again, if somebody puts a gun to my head, I'm going with LAX. And I think long term that would be good. They deserve a proper crack at the whip, because again they are pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Someone just mentioned that Harley Race passed away. We do talk about that on the Pro Wrestling podcast or the Pro Wrestling show that will go live tomorrow about 1 p.m. It was one of those news tidbits that I read, and I did a double take because, Harley Race has been around forever. And I know he was old, but it still gets you. And he was a legend, no two ways about it. Simon D says in the super chat, Stephen D, I should say, if you did join WWE, what would be the worst thing they could do to your character? Well, see, I get asked this before. Given my current status in life, that I am post 30, have only just started to wrestle, and I presume you mean as a wrestler, there's not anything bad they could really do to me. Because if they're featuring me on Raw or SmackDown every week, I'm going to feel like I did something incredible. It's different if you're in young 20s and you're an upstart, but I'm not in that position. So there's nothing they really could do that would get me down. Let's say they said, Simon, you've got to be a character that licks people's heads. Now, from a hygiene point of view, I wouldn't enjoy that at all, but I'd still be on WWE TV licking people's heads, and I'd still have Reddit threads going, that Simon is fucking idiots licking people's head. I'd be all right with it. When I got to 70 years old, I could look back and go, wow, man, I made it that far. How the hell did I do that? So, I'm sure there are things they could do that I would really, really hate, but maybe in a PG environment they couldn't. I would just get a kick out of being backstage at Raw or SmackDown. Can you imagine? It would be incredible. Who would you want to have as your mixed match challenge partner? Well, I guess Becky Lynch, right? You've got Becky Lynch, you're probably going to win. They won't job her out. Do you like NBA basketball? You know what? I want to. That's one of the US sports I've never gotten into, but I keep saying I'm going to get into it, and then I miss it every time. But yeah, eventually I will get into NBA. I like baseball. I like NFL. They're my main two, really. I've never really watched ice hockey. So yeah, but MLB and NFL are my favorites. Have you seen Matt Hardy's YouTube series? Yeah, I watch pretty much anything that Matt Hardy does. I think Matt Hardy's underrated. If I was in WWE, I would give Matt Hardy a US title, world title run, because I think he deserves it. No one agrees with me, but that's how much I like Matt Hardy. I think he's brilliant. I think he's great. Do you think a lot of the current roster lacks attitude that is believable, or is it the writing letting them down? It's stories and writing, right? You can turn anybody into a badass if they've got a cool story and you believe it. But I think sometimes at the moment the verbiage they're given doesn't sound real and we kind of tune out a bit. So, no, I think the current roster could do more if they were given the opportunity. I just don't think they're allowed to do it at the moment because that's WWE's rules. But hopefully soon it will change with the Eric Bischoff stuff and the Paul Heyman stuff. And like I said, I think wrestling's been pretty good the last couple of weeks. Or WWE, I should say. So we will see what happens. Where do you think Johnny Impact will end back up? WWE or AEW? I think he'll go wherever he can do his film stuff because he really wants to be an actor. So probably not WWE. And if AEW are happy for him to explore both options, then yes, I could see him there. Otherwise, maybe just stays on the independent scene. I know he's quite into that. Who is your favorite NFL team? Well, I support the Green Bay Packers. And that's only because when I started watching NFL when I was 16, I just knew who Brett Favre was. So I thought, screw it, I'll support the Green Bay Packers. I mean, it's the most shallow reason to like a team. But now, I've been thinking about them for so long, I just support them. Got a jersey and all that. My man, Family County JWS in the Super Chat says, thoughts on Becky losing at SummerSlam, or will they have both Canadians lose in Canada? Out of all the champions they've got, I think Becky Lynch is probably the person that should hold on to it. I think there's money in bringing Ronda Rousey back at some point to challenge for that, and it's only ever going to mean more if Becky holds on to that title. I'd change Kofi. We've already changed Seth. Bailey can change. So no, I would keep. I mean, losing in Canada, it depends how over Becky is because the Canadian crowd is nuts. There's every chance they actually boo Natalya. But no, I would. I would like Becky Lynch to hold on to it until we can hope, if we can, that is. We don't know what's going to happen, but until we can negotiate something with Ronda Rousey, I think that would be cool. How long have you been training? 15 years? Yeah, about 15 years. I started young. Again, it was my first love training. I walked into a gym, I did a bicep curl, and I was like, yep, that's the one. This is what I'm going to do for a long time. With Defiant WCW gone, what's the next logical place you'll be calling your wrestling home? I have no idea. I'm just going to wrestle for as many companies as I can, as I'm already doing. It's the third time we've answered that. We will keep answering as we go. I've already answered 100 times on Twitter, so I get it. Yay, Miller's a cheesehead. There we go. NFL references. Dan Lemmy in the Super Chat says, here's to being a Packers fan. Look at this. Me mentioning the Green Bay Packers has lit up the chat. That's good, isn't it? That's made my day. And like I said, I haven't fallen out with the NFL. Last season, I didn't watch as much as I wanted to. But this season, I tend to do it more so. And yeah, I'm going to try to support those Packers as much as I can. I love that. Amazing. Jacob Donnelly says, I'm sick with a stomach bug today. Glad this podcast is on to keep me entertained. Well, first of all, get better, my friend. Nothing worse than a stomach bug. Nothing worse than a cold or an illness like that, because it just takes you out of the game and all you want to do is get better. I've been there. I hate it. And hey, if I'm keeping you entertained, then I'm doing my job. Sometimes it can be quite a pressure to try and entertain people. I've said this before, but sometimes now when I go to do ups and downs, I'm like, oh my gosh, I better make this good. Otherwise, people may run me over. And you kind of get in your head a little bit. But if I'm doing that, hell yeah. How much can you bench? I mean, I don't bench that much anymore because I got dodgy shoulders. And everyone goes, oh, you shouldn't be benching then. No, I just work with my body, what it is. But when I was fit and healthy, I was benching about 150 kilograms. And good reps as well. None of these crappy reps. I went full rep. None of this nonsense. Favorite wrestling video game at the moment? Fire Pro Wrestling World is good, and I do like WWE 19. I thought it was a lot better. Still needs work, but I did enjoy it. Stephen D says, here's against being a Packers fan. Love it. I love how this has now turned into just a Packers fan or an NFL like loving or hating. Brilliant, Stephen D. I like it. SSJ Dyko in the super chat says, hey Simon, I love your videos. They always bring a smile to my face. Thank you, man. Comments like that bring a smile to my face. Any spot or move that you would be terrified to take if asked to take it or perform it? Well, pile drivers still scare me because you can see what happens when they go wrong. Spanish flies are terrifying. Other than that, though, no, not really. In terms of wrestling moves, the pile driver just scares me because it's a simple move that I've seen gone wrong so many times. And I wouldn't want to give it either for the same reason. If someone said, Miller, give me a tombstone, I'd be like, I'd rather not because I don't want to kill you. That's always my main concern when I get in the ring, which is why when people go, Miller, you look like you weren't trying to hurt them. I'm like, well, that's because I wasn't. And admittedly, I need to find that balance where it does look like I'm trying to hurt them. But ultimately, if I had to choose, I'd rather it looked shit and I didn't hurt them. I'm just that kind of a guy. Blaze Mickelson in the super chat says, Dolph gets squashed by Goldberg. Bro, yes, please. I'm up for it. I don't know whether that's bro was a reference at Matt Riddle, but he broke it this morning. I don't think he realized it hadn't been announced. I'd like to see it. I don't have any feelings towards Dolph Ziggler. I love Goldberg. So let him come in and destroy him. I wouldn't hate it. James Doyle says, do you think Bray Wyatt should go to Hollywood? Well, not at the moment, because I would like him to smash it in WWE, but I think he's one of those guys. If he got the opportunity, maybe he could be. You never know. Sometimes the ones you expect to be good aren't. But he's certainly got all the tools, or certainly seems that way. So yeah, I'd probably enjoy it. Jay Real in the super chat says, I need a WWE in-ring promo with you and Stone Cold. Half the crowd chanting what and the other half why. Hashtag life complete. You and me both, bro. If I ever get to do a promo with Stone Cold, it's much like the WWE AEW question. I'll be really proud of myself. I'm going to be really happy. I'm just going to lay down for the rest of my life because I will feel like I achieved. Because well, imagine that. Hell yeah, man. Bring it on. Hey, Simon, are you still in contact with any of the old guys from Video Gamer TV? I chat to Brat every now and then. I chat to Brett most days. Burns and I will catch up, me and Tom. Otherwise, no, not really. But I've got nothing but respect for all of those guys. And I hope they're doing well. Are we going to see Simon Miller versus Tama Tonga? Interesting time to bring that up, my friend. Keep an eye out. Maybe conversations are going on right now. You just never, ever know. Nicholas Pepe signed for Arsenal. Thoughts? I'm excited. Absolutely, getting some defensive recruits in would be good, but I'm all about buying big players. Pepe is one of the best, I won't say one of the best players in the world, but certainly has the potential to be there, and everybody's talking about them, and loads of club wanted him. I think him coming to Arsenal makes the club more attractive, and therefore hopefully other players will come as well. So, yeah, pumped. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. Is Cena the greatest of all time? I don't consider him the best wrestler ever, even though he's very good. But the best WWE superstar ever, is he on your WWE Mount Rushmore? Not the greatest of all time for me. Not the best wrestler ever for me. Brilliant at what he did. Kept WWE alive in a time that could have been a struggle. But I wouldn't put him on Mount Rushmore. I mean, my Mount Rushmore would be Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and either Ric Flair or The Rock. And there's individual reasons for all of that, but we'll talk about another time. Any more gaming content coming soon, Simon? Yep, the Week in Gaming returns on Tuesday. Sorry it's been so long. Just needed a break. Just needed to give it a rest for a while. Just one of those things. Do you think if AEW takes off, WWE will lift their game and make some changes? I think they already have. I think that they've already responded to it a lot. And hopefully it makes both products brilliant, because I just want wrestlers to be able to have places to work, and I want great content all the time. I want, when I sit down to be entertained, and the best way to do that is having threats from both sides. Hey Simon, how much for a SoundCloud song promotion? On Rock Reacts, just email rockreacts@gmail.com and we'll get back to you. I promise. What is your favorite TV show? I don't really watch TV. It's bad, isn't it? It makes me sound like a dick, but it's true. But I mean, if someone said, what's my favorite TV show ever? Probably Narcos would be in there. Faulty Towers would be in there. Curb Your Enthusiasm, Seinfeld, Red Dwarf. There's a selection for you. That's all you need. You don't need more. Where are we doing? We'll do a few more. We're not doing anything else about Defiant or WCPW. Are you going to wrestle outside of Defiant? Yes. I already am. I don't mind people asking, but it's getting a bit crazy. Just keep an eye on my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, I have so many bookings coming up, and I talk about them all the time, to the point some people say I over-talk about them. So, yeah. Keep an eye on that. I do love you all, really. I'm only winding you up. What is your favorite game series of all time? Legend of Zelda, although I don't like Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild is an amazing game, but it's just not for me. It's one of those things, and I much prefer the old format. Are any of your fights available to see online anywhere? Yeah, go to Defiant Wrestling and just search my name, and you'll find loads on YouTube. There's quite a few. Do more reactions as well. I'm going to do more reactions, but I want big movies to come out. I don't want to do it for everything. So we did it for the Joker. We did it for Top Gun. Yeah, when the big films come out and I've got the time, I'll do it. Absolutely. But thank you, though. I appreciate the kind words. Who will win, Randy or Kofi? I think Kofi will win. But I want Randy Orton to win. I just think it'd be more fun. Undead FBG in the super chat says, looking forward to SummerSlam. Bray. Looking forward to SummerSlam. Bray, then what will come after? Hopefully WWE do right by him. Also ready for Jeff Hardy to come back. You know what? Me too, actually. I think he'd actually add something to the product. Yeah, I'm hoping post SummerSlam we go big with Bray. Let him get a win over Finn Balor and then go nuts. And yeah, I'm more of a Matt Hardy fan than I'm a Jeff Hardy fan, but I completely understand the love and the support Jeff Hardy has. I think he'd add something right now. Totally agree. Jeff Hardy would feel like a fresh face, which is interesting because he's over 40, but he would. I don't know why that is. It's just the magic of Jeff Hardy, right? Okay, we will do a couple more and then we will round this up. Simon, do you like Game of Thrones? Yes, I enjoy Game of Thrones very much, although I kind of haven't seen the last couple of seasons because I couldn't get round to it. Did you watch Hobbs and Shaw yet? Ain't watching Hobbs and Shaw. Long story behind that, but not happening. SSJ Daiko says, which baseball team do you root for? Well, look, I don't really have a baseball team because it was different to the NFL. When I started watching it, I don't know why, really. I probably should pick one. I don't know. Let me know which team I should support. And this year, when the baseball starts again, I'll get on them. I would say the New York Yankees, but it won't be them. They're just the only team, the first team that come to my brain. I could do the Red Sox. Anyway, we're going to get into that. Stephen Dean in Super Chat says, what do you need to improve most as a wrestler? Experience. I need more matches. I need to make mistakes. I need to get things right. And I need to keep watching myself back and realizing what I'm doing, what I'm doing right. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do at the moment. So I think experience is the most important thing. Hopefully I'm better now than I was a fefew months ago. And hopefully in a few months I'll be better still. But the only way to do that is to dedicate yourself and work hard. Or that's always worked for me anyway. XXBaller099GFXXZZ, best name today, says, yo, will you ever do a Kanye West MBDTF review? I should know what that is. MBDTF. I mean, yes. I'm going to do all the Kanye stuff eventually when I get round to it. We've got loads of Kanye stuff going up on Rock React, so make sure you check out that. That will be up soon. Yeah, I like Kanye West. I think the Kanye West, the person, is controversial and a bit crazy, but musically he's a genius, and I will stand by that. And why not end on a Kanye West note, right? Why the hell not? Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday afternoon or Friday morning or Friday night, depending where you are. Quick shout out to Stephen D in the super chat he got in there, who says Chicago Cubs to make up for being a Packers fan. All right, done. I will be a Chicago Cubs fan now, Stephen, because I ain't got a team. So why not pick one like that? That's a very 2019 way to pick a team. Although SSJ Daiko comes in the super chat and says Atlanta Braves all day. Oh, man, so maybe I need to figure it out. And Undead FB Jew says, I was a Matt fan back in the 2000s, but now Jeff. Interesting. I wonder what happened. That's weird with wrestling. I totally understand that can happen. See, I was always a Matt guy, but I understood Jeff. Wrestling is weird. And Richie misses the point entirely in the super chat and says, double standard, yes to Hardy Boys, no to Trish. Yeah, because the Hardy Boys have been going the whole time. If Trish Stratus was still an active wrestler and had been at other companies, I'd absolutely wanted to come back to WWE. But the fact that she stepped away and she's got other stuff going, whereas the Hardy Boys, first and foremost are wrestlers, that's where the shift happens. For example, would I want Johnny Impact to come back? You damn right I would. Would I want someone like Ted DiBiase Jr. to come back? Not really, because he's off doing other stuff, and I want those spots there for people that are active wrestlers. Just my opinion. Could be completely wrong. That's just how I feel. And on that, and apparently I look like a Cubs fan. That probably means I look like a dick, right? I'm not saying that Cubs fans are dick, but I imagine that's an insult. Just guessing. My dark, beautiful, twisted fantasy. I knew that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And on that note, thank you for joining me. This was fun. Again, at Simon Miller 316 on Instagram and Twitter. And I would strongly advise you to follow because you could actually keep up with my wrestling bookings there. I am only teasing. Simon Miller is on Patreon. That's me, obviously, patreon.com/Simon Miller 316. Give it a look. There may be a tier you like. You get postcards, messages, all those kinds of stuff. And if you like it, I can send one your way. Like the video, share the video. Please do subscribe. I love it when subscribers go up. That's fun. And yeah, just look, enjoy your weekends. I hope whatever you're doing is going to kick some ass. Put smiles on your faces. Smile at the world. And it will smile back at you. And thank you so much for always joining me. Like, it's awesome. I love the fact we get to do this. And I'll chat to you again soon.